like to welcome our next guest, Alex Silva. Thank you, Alex.
Oh, thank you.
Alex is the Vice President of Marketing for Travel and Leisure. Over 28 years experience in travel and tourism with Westgate Resorts and Wyndham Destinations. And Alex continues to break records, develop leaders, and redefine excellence in the travel and leisure industry. And, Alex, we were just talking before we went live here, kind of the things that are important to us, right? And, some of the anxious moments that we've faced in our careers and kind of why the roadblocks we feel.
It's all part of the process.
It's all
right?
part of the process,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And, maybe just kind of continue down those lines if you feel comfortable sharing, some of those things that, maybe some of the roadblocks or, some of the things that have you, where you felt, yourself grow and where, where you find yourself today as the Alex Silva that you are.
I think the word is believe.
Believe.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And the word believe, like it's when you look at it and you say, well, believe in what, right?
Yeah.
You got to believe, first of all, that there is a supreme being, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who governs this planet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And many others, right?
Yeah.
And when you believe in God, when you believe that you're not alone on this planet, you're not alone on that journey, I think things get a little easier, right? I think you agree with me.
Of course.
And believe in yourself, believe that, as I was talking to you today a little bit and with many folks in the office, when you come to work, when you wake up in the morning, as every day is your first day, right? We call it first day mentality.
Mm-hmm.
When you come to interact with people, either co-workers or clients or friends like you, as if it was our first day interacting with each other, you're successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that people tend to forget about it, because let's say they start working for an organization, either Travel Leisure, Wyndham, or any other great organization in my business. We tend to start one way, super excited, super blessed, super thankful, and then 6 months down the road, what happened?
Yeah.
You start complaining about the hours. You start complaining about the either the cancellations. You start complaining about you don't have enough time for your family. But where's your first day mentality?
Mm-hmm.
Where is your mindset? That reset button that says, "Hey, I'm grateful for this." Right? God, if you put me through this, and this is the way I have to do it. One thing I can decide and change is my mindset, right?
Absolutely.
So when you come in with the first day mentality, there's nothing that can stop you from being successful. And again, believe in the process, right? 28 years, as you said, is not 28 days. As you can notice in my accent, I'm an immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
I was born and raised a third of my life in Brazil, and went through law school in Brazil. Wanted to be a diplomat.
Okay.
End up in timeshare, right?
Yeah. There you
it's
go.
not the same.
Yeah.
But it's had to learn English and Spanish, so I picked Florida. And again, it hasn't been an easy journey, but has been a lovely journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the mindset. So
Well, I think you speak of that first day mentality. I know that going back to kind of the belief sets that you have and the core that you have. Sometimes, say Sunday, you go to church and you hear whatever may be spoken to you, and you think, man, I'm ready. And then Monday morning hits you like, man, okay, well, I kind of forget all about what happened yesterday. Now it's time to work. It's time to bear down. It's time to focus. So you immediately you're like, you get to Wednesday, you're like, man. Then you get to church on Sunday, you're like, man, I was just here. Where'd that week go? And what did I do? And why did I not incorporate what I was told I should do last Sunday? Like
time, right?
Time, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I know that I know you go through a lot, and you're a busy guy, and I know you hit on it a little bit, but in those 28 years, can you just share with the audience a little bit more about the importance? I know your family is important to you. I know your faith is important to you, and I know it's hard on you because I'm sure you'll hit on a little bit kind of what you do for your family to make sure that not only is your wife successful, but your son is successful, and then how that shares in the success that you have found.
When you put God and your family first, everything comes together, right? And the success in these 20 years, because my focus was always not on me. It was, what can I do for my family? What can I do for my son, for my daughter, who was graduating May 10th this year from St. Vincent College in criminology. Very proud of her.
Which has a local tie to Arnold Palmer and
Exactly,
Latrobe, which
exactly.
we just
Exactly.
not to segue, but we just had a successful event here.
Bay
So
Hill,
there's
yeah. It
there's
was
that,
awesome. It
yeah,
was
Bay
awesome.
Hill. But yeah, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, this is kind of a quick it's because it's how convenient the event was that we just hosted in
Absolutely,
Orlando.
absolutely. But again, when you do anything or everything, thinking about doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
The right thing is to make sure you help people. You don't hold them back, and you think about your family. Everything comes in place. Doing your best. Always be ready for whenever somebody needs you. Right? You just okay. Hey, listen. Just don't say no for saying no. Right? I think that's one of the key elements for my success, and I always try to make people better, develop people. I don't know everything. I know something, and a little bit, but my mindset was always been in the sense of, hey, how can I make this person better? How can I make this person here be my replacement? Right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get him to the next step? How do I make him be the number one in the company? And that drives me. Being number one in the company does not drive me, but making sure that I make number ones in the company drives me, because their success makes my job way easier.
Absolutely.
Right? And again, it's kind of a rewarding when you see somebody that started with you. I give an example. I have a kid. I call him a kid, Sherwayne, from Jamaica. Started with me as a greeter, worked his way up all the way now to management, and that kid motivated me a lot, because regardless of what he was going through in his life, or how the weather was and how slow he was always smiling, always in a positive attitude. So making sure that I polish and mold these guys to become leaders in our company, and some of them already are leaders for other companies. That's what drives me. God, family, and development of people. So,
well, I think that speaks volumes as a leader. If you don't have that, you're not jealous of whether this people's, they're going to come and take my position.
No.
All you want them to do is be successful.
Absolutely. And I want them to take my position.
And you want them to listen. Yeah, we can't do this forever, right? But I think
that means that I'm getting ready for another position.
That's right. Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You set up people for success. That just means you're also setting yourself up for success, because those type of things are always recognized by good leaders and by those looking for people to fill their shoes. I think it's just a continual process. But I think that you mentioned being able to you have a son and you have a daughter. And
a wonderful wife. Can't forget that, because she'll beat me if you watch.
Of course. And I know, Alex, that your son. It's not easy for you when you need to get on a plane, and you need to go see him in Portugal, and he's had a successful run and continues to have a successful run. Is now playing professional, I believe. Right? Is that correct?
He's in a professional club.
Okay.
He's a U19 playing for Estoril in Portugal.
Okay.
He's on path to pro.
Yeah.
But it depends on several things. Main thing is is that what God wants for his future? But again, he's playing for a professional club. Hopefully by the end of this season he'll have a pro contract. But again, it's on the time, right?
Yeah.
We don't know when the time will be, but he has been there for 3.5 years, and it hasn't been easy. You know me for a while, and being away from my wife and my son and my daughter going to college all at once. It all happened the very same year.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, God, why me?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, why not you?
Yeah, right, exactly.
So it hasn't been easy, but it gave me more strength to say, you know what, I got to get closer to the spirituality. I got to be closer to my family, although we are separate by distance, but not by love. And it hasn't been easy.
No.
But I think things will turn around soon. If my daughter's coming back home finally, go to law school, my son is going to continue in Europe. I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard up until yesterday.
Okay.
So I don't know if he'll change his mind, but it's not easy.
It's not easy.
And hopefully my wife will be able to expand her company. She's doing a great job with her company, selling real estate in Portugal, and now she's associated with another great company here in the United States, and she's going to start selling some developments. We'll see.
Yeah, it's great. Well, listen, things aren't easy, but you obviously overcome. I saw some of your personal goals and statistics. I mean, Alex throughout his career has generated over 500,000 tours in the Orlando market.
Teamwork.
And contributed over $1.7 billion in gross
In
sales.
timeshare sales. Yes.
I mean, that's can you just explain to the audience that may not understand how the timeshare industry has changed? Why is travel and leisure? Why do they continue to be one of the top companies in this space, and what makes you successful?
I tell you what, I can say it. Again, I worked for the competition, great company back in the day, but the difference, there's a few major differences, right? One, travel and leisure cares the culture. They care about the employees. I don't know if you remember back in the day in Puerto Rico, there was a hurricane that devastated the island a few years ago. I think about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And what travel and leisure did, I don't know if any other company would do the same. They offer jobs to every single employee from Puerto Rico, right?
Wow.
To come to the United States, wrote every employee a check. I remember for $3,000 to move to the United States, right? First and foremost, whoever was staying on property, right after the hurricanes, we chartered a boat. We took all of our clients out of the island, right, because the airports were not working. Took care of every single employee. I haven't seen a company doing that during these times.
Wow.
So we're very big into culture. We're very big into understanding that our best asset is our people.
Mm-hmm.
We're very our leadership. Our CEO Mike Brown is an amazing leader, and that trickles down. All his strategies and his vision trickle down to us leaders of West Travel and Leisure. Again, culture. We have great leaders who are very process oriented, and we have aggressive targets. Right, as one other great leader that we have, who recently retired, Mr. Wilson, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, again, we're going to continue to be leading company because we diversify a lot. We've changed the way we promote or we sell our product. Back in the day, I don't know if you remember, timeshare went from fixed weeks to floating weeks, right? And now we're in points, right? Gives people.
What does that mean exactly? What is that? What does that change look like? Because I mean, I think, like you said, I knew you'd buy this week and it's in December and that's the week I have to travel and I have to go to Myrtle Beach or I have to come to Orlando.
No,
it's
now
not,
we give
that
you
way
flexibility.
Yeah, now there's a lot of flexibility.
Because a lot of the new generation and the older generation who's traveling with their grandkids, and they want flexibility.
Yep.
We don't want to go to the same place. There's a few exceptions, right? Who want to go to Park City, Utah for spring break like I was.
I'd love to be in Park City.
Yeah. But people want flexibility.
Yeah.
You want to be able to travel, and you don't want to be in 7 days in the same place. You want to go 3 days to Miami, or 4 days to Atlanta, or in 5 days to the national parks, or go to California or New York for 3 nights. So our product gives you that flexibility to break down your week or 10 days or 20 days, whatever you own, right, as far as amount of points, by nights.
Okay.
And we have different levels that, the higher you go, like credit cards, right? When you have platinum, or your gold, or your black card,
right,
you have extra benefits. The same thing in our product, The higher you go, the more points you have, the more benefits you have.
Okay.
So we became a very successful because of, another reason is that, diversifying our product as well as giving the flexibility that people wanted. So I think and the culture, right? Wyndham is very big into culture.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit about Wyndham Bonnet Creek, because that's an amazing facility, amazing property that you guys have. Mm-hmm. Certainly timeshare can be for a couple, but it's mostly for families. I would say, but
at Bonnet Creek, yes, because it's Disney area.
Yeah,
right?
Disney area. Yeah. But so, what does that look like? Because it's a massive resort, and it has everything for the family. I mean,
Bonnet Creek, it's amazing for several reasons. The location, right?
Yeah.
The engagement of the management team as far as making sure people have fun and they enjoy the property. But it's also not just for families, but there's a lot of people who are business owners and they're here in conventions, let's say.
Yeah.
Instead of staying in a hotel, they own Wyndham, right? They're part of the Wyndham family. And they book 3 nights, 4 nights at Bonnet Creek, 5 nights. And again, but again, yes, to your point, for families here in Orlando, I walk around the property every day, and I get a chance to interact with the owners or guests of owners who are staying on property. I usually ask them, are you having fun?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, this is one of the nicest, if not the nicest one. That's what you want, right? Our product is not to sell you something that you're not going to use. It's to bring families together. And when you walk around the property and you get to speak with these clients, you see how much they're loving it, right? Again, we're not perfect. No, I don't think anything in life is perfect. but we tend to do a pretty good job on making sure that these kids are having fun, the families are having, grandma's having fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
And bring families together. That's the product. That's why I purchased the product about 15 years ago, to be with my family. I couldn't afford $1,000 a night to go ski in Park City, but I could afford a timeshare payment.
That's right.
So this is what I did. And again, we have multiple vacations with our product, giving us a nice living room, kitchen for us to, cook breakfast in the morning.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Break bread together, spend time together. Nobody on your phone.
Yeah.
And it's just no brainer. Unless you say, I don't travel. If you don't travel, you should start traveling, right? Because you have 52 weeks in a year. All I'm asking you is maybe 2 weeks out of the year. Is your family worth it 2 weeks out of the year?
Well, you need it.
Exactly. You need to recharge. So our product puts family together, right?
So do you find a lot of your owners are multi-week? I mean, or is it? I mean, I know you're.
Our owners love the product, and they tend to upgrade. I forgot the coefficients. I think it's at least 1.7 or 2.7 times after they make the first purchase. They love the product, and the more we do for them as far as coming up with new locations, new products, they tend to upgrade. And we're really blessed, with not only with the product that we have, but with the ownership, with the owners we have. Right? They love the product. It's just gives them the flexibility and something new to talk about every time.
Well, and you have great partners,
Yeah.
and I think that people want to be affiliated with a great brand.
Absolutely.
And I know that you do a lot of relationship, community-based things. You guys were part of the Bay Hill Arnold Palmer's event this weekend, kind of the signature event in Orlando.
It was awesome too.
Thank you for inviting me to be a part of that. I appreciate that.
No, yes.
And but that's the
Special Olympics. It's something that's big for us.
Yes, but absolutely, yeah. I know you guys supported Special Olympics. You were at their gala last year.
Employee recognition. We also do a lot of investments and focus on our own employees. So we have it's not a foundation, but it's like what do you call it? Associate relief fund, right? That we put money and invest.
What does that look like?
That's what every employee should do, or every company should do. Have an associate relief fund for your own employees, right? For your own. If let's say, knock on wood, something happens and your insurance cannot cover, that's when we step in and say, listen, we're going to grant you this much to cover for these expenses, although your insurance did not cover for whatever reason, right? The special relief fund is there for our employees. So I highly encourage anybody who works for Travel and Leisure and Wyndham to be a part of it, right?
Okay.
Because you may not know, you may be the one, somebody who will need that assistance in the future.
Yeah.
So again, all talking about culture, all talking about how this company is important for us employees as well. So,
well, you've when we mentioned the 500,000 tours and the 1.7 billion in gross sales, and I know you oversee multiple people and teams, and I know you take care of those people because I've seen some of the incentive type of opportunities that you provide.
Yeah.
So I mean, people are well taken care of. I mean, listen, when people have a carrot in front of them and they know that if they achieve that, this is what I get.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Because listen,
I can talk a little bit without being specific.
Too yeah.
Wyndham, in my opinion, there are a lot of great companies out there, but Wyndham has something very special, which is a strong and very, very robust payment structure, commission payment for somebody who's very successful, who can be very successful. And we have several marketers and sales agents as well who have been with us for a while, and they're doing phenomenal. I don't think they can complain much about
Do people stay? I mean,
yes. And again, the business is not for everybody, right? So there's high expectations, there's high targets, but if you come, as I said in the beginning, with the right mindset, and you come every day as your first day, you are successful. Yeah. Right. And in average, we have a lot of people making six figures and above, and if I tell you, specific numbers, it would blow your mind away because the product's excellent. These employees who are very successful believe in the product. Mm-hmm. They love the product per se, and they don't come to work thinking about problems. They're thinking about solutions, right? How to remove barriers, how to be successful. So these employees, they're very successful. They make a very, very good money. Right? I don't think they can complain.
No, yeah.
But again, it depends on each individual, right? If you come in, not everybody will be a good salesperson or a good marketer, and
We got to be confident.
You got to be confident and believe that what you're providing for these families, it is something it's beneficial to them, right? From the process of booking a tour, inviting somebody to a tour, to the process of selling them and not abandoning them, right?
Yeah.
Because after you sell, follow up with your families. Make sure you take care of them. Make sure that they're enjoying the product. Make sure they're traveling, because buying something not going to use, it's useful. It's just useful. Just make sure they use it. Make sure they're having fun, and that's what we're good at, making sure they use it. So.
Well, I mean, Bonnet Creek is huge, and I know that normally the occupancy rates, even though it's transient in this new family, it's like 95, 96%.
All is very in the upper 90s. Yeah.
Which is amazing. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of.
Everybody wants to come to Bonnet Creek.
Everybody
right?
wants to come to Bonnet Creek,
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of hotels that are in this local market would.
They don't run the same occupancies that we run.
Not even close.
Hey, corporate is doing a good job on also booking and making sure that they fill all these units. But yeah, we have other great properties too. We have Clearwater Beach. It's an amazing property right in Clearwater.
Oh wow.
We have a brand new Margaritaville in Atlanta, which is also a beautiful property. It's right on Centennial Park.
Well, can you talk about the Margaritaville type of opportunities or is that some? I mean, I know that that's a great partnership for you guys, right?
Yeah. Listen, we have a great partnership with Margaritaville, and we do sales and marketing for the brand. We're great partners.
Yeah.
And we're expanding. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
Without being specific, we're expanding because it's a great product.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Buffett has a very loyal crowd. That loves the product, and now the timeshare product also has been very successful. So we're expanding. We have a new SVP of sales and marketing who just got promoted last week to run all that operation. His name is John Topolowski. Great guy, great leader from New York.
Yeah, great.
And again, we're going to expand that brand, because that brand is definitely a brand that we believe amongst the other ones we have that's going to be very successful this year and next year. So,
well, I know that you are very big in jiu-jitsu. Right?
I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I mean,
I wish I was better.
This guy's getting up at like 5:00 in the morning and getting it. Yeah. I wish I was that
5:15 I'm up. Yeah.
5:15 in the
To
morning.
be yelled at.
To be yelled at.
My coach,
exactly.
he's a character. He belonged to the Carson Gracie team, and he was one of the black belts from Carson Gracie.
Okay.
His name is Ronaldo, and he yells at me every morning. Alex, what I say? Ronaldo had a rough. I don't care. You hit him at 6 a.m.
That's right.
So jiu-jitsu is a therapy, right? Martial arts helps you to reset.
But it's discipline as well.
Discipline, a lot of discipline, a lot of hard work, and again, I've been doing jiu-jitsu since 94, 95.
Are you a black belt?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm working. I'm working towards it.
All right.
But I do a lot of traveling, as you know, and always traveling, and then at 51, things are not that easy.
I know.
When I was 20. But again, I still go in the morning and hustle with the young kids. We get some younger guys, and it's a learning, right? It's not the belt that I have on my waistline. It's how much time I put into it, what I get it from as well, which is health wise and mental wise.
Yeah.
And it's a great sport. I used to play water polo too, and I have a very play water polo for about 8-9 years. Also not a great sport.
Yeah, very physically demanding. Yeah,
very physically demanding. But jiu-jitsu, yes, jiu-jitsu is a one-on-one, right? It's not a team sport. It's a one-on-one. It's you against somebody else. Either you're tapping out or you're making somebody tap out. So it's a very strategical, and it requires a lot from you. So I love it. Jiu-jitsu is just a great sport.
Well, my boys used to participate in it. I never got involved with it. I was wrestled, but it's a lot different than jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Wrestling's amazing too.
Yeah, very physical.
Wrestlers do very well in jiu-jitsu because they have the stamina. They have the, and then when they start learning how to do arm locks, chokes, man, they advance quicker than someone who never been in wrestling before.
Absolutely. It's kind of like football players and those that wrestle too. You've kind of the synergy is
athletes.
They're athletes, right?
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time today. As we wrap things up, is there anything that you'd like to share that you may or may not have shared with the audience today about Alex Silva, whether it's as a mentor or suggestions or advice, depending on even where they are in the stage of their life or career, that you feel is important, that's made you a great leader, made you successful, that you wouldn't mind sharing with the audience as we wrap up today?
I would say that I tell it my son all the time. Be humble, be honest, and be coachable. Right?
Great.
If you're humble, you're honest, you're hungry. Right? Let's put it 3 H's.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're coachable, you'll be successful in life. Right?
Absolutely.
And believe that you're not alone on this journey. Believe that there's somebody up there, watching over you. And do to people what don't do anything to people that you don't want to be done to yourself.
That's right. The
Walk
biblical
that path.
principle.
Yeah.
As we started this conversation today.
Walk that process, believing that there is a reason why you're here. Come every day as your first day. Be humble. Be honest. Be coachable.
Yeah.
Be the obvious choice. If somebody gives you a challenge and you're always there to do it, right? I'm here, boss, and you'll be seen as somebody, as a solution, right? Not a problem. Be a solution in somebody else's life, not a problem. So that's it, and love your family, man.
Yeah.
I don't walk one day on this planet without waking up in the morning thinking about my family.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, I know, knowing you, how emotional you get when you talk about that. So I was going to add that as kind of a fifth principle with you. How you're not, I think
It's nothing more important in life.
Yeah.
Than knowing that you have a family.
Absolutely.
How many people out there today think they have a family, but they don't have a family? They're just a member of a family, but they don't have a family.
That's right.
How many kids are growing alone, playing video games while mom and dad are working because they don't have time to spend time with.
There's no attachment.
With no attention. So all these things going around the world that I see, especially here in the U.S., is because people are forgetting about what's important, which is God and family, right? A job, with all the respect, is just a job.
Exactly.
But if you don't teach the principles, who God really is to your kids, and if you don't spend time with your family and love your family, things will be way harder. Let's put it this way. That's my opinion.
No, I love it. That's fantastic.
And I'm sorry because I always choke up. And I actually control myself today. But
no, you did.
Speaking of my son, my daughter, my wife, it's just very difficult.
I know.
But there's somebody behind me.
There's somebody behind you. And
holding
your hand.
The foundation. Yes, absolutely. I believe in that. And that's the key.
Well, I love it. Well, thank you again, Alex.
Thank you.
I appreciate you supporting us today.
Thank you.
And can't wait for your daughter and son and wife to be back. That's for sure.
Amen.
Well, thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.